Hello and welcome to Continues of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Here are today's headlines. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired the 7th meeting evaluating administrative reform in 2023 and directions for 2024. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and Deputy Prime Minister Khái co-chaired the Cooperative and Cooperative Economy Forum in 2024. A conference to summarize 2023 and implement the plan for 2024 by the Mekong Delta Rice Institute. Top news today. On the afternoon of February 2nd, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired the 7th meeting evaluating administrative reform in 2023 and directions for 2024. In 2023, members of the government's Administrative Reform Steering Committee have completed 57 groups of key administrative reform tasks assigned by the Prime Minister, ensuring progress and quality. Ministries, branches, and localities have carried out 4,142 tasks and issued many documents to direct, urge, and thoroughly organize and implement administrative reform tasks. During his speech at the conference, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính suggested that administrative reform focus on individuals and groups, concentrate on carrying out the 6 essential administrative reform tasks, advancing the leadership and direction of administrative reform activities, and strengthening the role and responsibilities of heads of ministries, branches, and localities, encouraging the reform of administrative processes to improve the investment climate, boosting national competitiveness, and make life easier for individuals and companies. Concentrate on creating, finishing, using, and running national and specialized databases efficiently. On February 2nd morning, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and Deputy Prime Minister Khái, head of the Steering Committee for Innovation and Collective Economic Development of Cooperative, co-chaired the Cooperative and Cooperative Economy Forum in 2024. To implement the law on cooperatives in 2023, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính asked ministries and branches to release it as soon as possible, in particular in terms of infrastructure, technology, capital, investment, and trade promotion. Provinces and cities proactively allocate funding resources to support central and key collective economic areas and strongly promote digital transformation. These actions are in addition to continuing to review and propose mechanisms and policies and mobilizing resources to support cooperatives, maintain a successful implementation of the parties and the government's directives and resolutions, particularly Resolution Number 20, which calls for advancing innovation, development, and enhancement of collective economic efficiency in the upcoming era. The Mekong Delta Rice Institute has just held a conference to summarize 2023 and implement tasks for 2024. Attending were Mr. Lê Thanh Tùng, Deputy Director of the Department of Crop Production, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, and Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hè, Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee. In 2023, the Mekong Delta Rice Institute deployed 110 scientific tasks. 3 rice variety, OM8, OM6976, and OM2517, are approved for circulation. 3 businesses, agriculture service centers, received seed production technology transfer and permission to utilize pure OM rice varieties. There have also been numerous research projects carried out at the national and ministerial levels. Under contracts with units, businesses, Mekong Delta provinces, and Southeast and South Central regions, the Institute will begin producing and supplying rice seeds in 2024, transfer copyright to seed business units, implement registration, and support the enforcement of intellectual property rights on rice variety. Cần Thơ City Bar Association also recently held a conference to summarize its work in 2023 and implement direction and tasks in 2024. In 2023, the city's legal initiatives produced many fruitful outcomes. There were 7,698 instances in all that were involved in litigation. Furthermore, members' attorneys routinely collaborate to promote and spread the law and offer free legal counsel to individuals and organizations. The Cần Thơ City Bar Association has put out several recommendations and important duties to increase the effectiveness of legal activities in the future, setting up the apparatus and organizational activities of the Bar Association's unit following the Vietnam Bar Federation Charter's provisions, assist International Trade and Legislation Lawyers Club in setting up conferences and assembling staff to support productive initiatives. On the afternoon of February 2nd, the Cần Thơ City Journalists Association summarized the association work in 2023 and implement tasks for 2024. The City Journalists Association, along with its affiliated branches and inter-branch networks of journalists, concentrated on encouraging members to adhere to party policies, resolutions, and state laws last year. In particular, they made sure that Conclusion 01 of the Politburo, which outlines the regulation for Vietnamese journalists' professional ethics, was fully implemented. The association at all levels added 10 members throughout the year for a total of 319 members. 7 people should be considered for medals for their contributions to journalism. There are currently 9 permanent press agencies and representative offices in the region, with 85 members actively involved in events. These organizations have arranged professional training for almost 170 members. Concurrently, they offer advice and coordinate numerous press competitions initiated by the central and local levels, in which numerous members compete and win top honors. In recent years, farmers have not only taken advantage of empty yards, but many families have renovated and converted land to plant yellow apricot trees to increase income. Currently, in Thành commune has about 400 households growing yellow apricot trees with an area of over 35 hectares. That's why these days, the atmosphere in the yellow apricot gardens here has become more bustling than ever. Mr. Võ Văn Toàn decided to refurbish 1,000 square meters of his family's mixed garden property to plant over 500 yellow apricot trees because the local movement to grow yellow apricots was thriving. I used to have a private garden where I raised mangoes and other trees, but I found it to be inefficient, so I converted to growing apricot trees, which also generate more revenue each year than I did before. Here, every house has apricot blossoms. In general, the tradition in the West and that is to have a yellow apricot tree for prosperity. I've been growing it for about 4 to 5 years now. It used to be rice fields, but I've moved on to grow apricot trees instead. Last year, I earned between 1 and 200 million dongs, and now a lot of people come to buy and load them onto the trucks. We went to some more yellow apricot gardens in the area after leaving Mr. Võ Văn Toan's to get a sense of the hustle and bustle. To have a stunning and abundant dead flowering season, garden owners are hard at work tending to the yellow apricot trees. Besides, this is also the time when people earn extra income by picking apricot leaves.
This takes a few days to complete, but I receive between 300 and 350,000 dongs in a single day. I also have to be careful when picking apricot leaves because if I don't, it will damage the buds. I worked during that to increase my income, almost 1 million per 3 days. Apricot blossoms were once planted for dead flower arrangements, but because of their widespread cultivation, it is currently difficult to pick the leaves with just simple household members. Generally speaking, gathering the leaves of apricot trees in this manner each year gives people a small additional cash in the days preceding that. As the Lunar New Year 2024 draws near, yellow apricot growers in Thành commune, Vĩnh Thành district, Cần Thơ City are always pleased with the lovely, high-quality yellow apricot trees they have planted. These trees not only give them a steady income stream, but they also add to the brilliance of spring.
Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.